Our purpose was to help our faculty during this crisis. And not only our faculty, but our simulation experts and our administrators that were challenged to find an immediate virtual replacement to clinical. I'm part of the simulation community, and I have always been overwhelmed at the generosity that I find unique to simulationists. And generous they were. I mean, I'm sure many of you saw the list of virtual simulation resources that were available. And thank you to our vendors for stepping up and providing many of these virtual simulation products to our students free of charge. But the lists were overwhelming, and the list still required a deeper dive to determine suitability to each program's specific needs. And that deep dive took time and energy, none of which anyone had in great supply. So during our initial meetings, our purpose was really clear. We need to help faculty sift through these lists of virtual simulation products. And then we began to ask ourselves and our colleagues, what is the priority information faculty need when selecting a virtual simulation product? And to no one's surprise, at the very top of everyone's list was cost. And then a very close second was content. Faculty need to know quickly what types of cases are included in the virtual simulation products. We also discovered that we needed this database to be without bias. And this was a challenge for us to develop the review questions in a binary way. So simply put, we needed the questions to be framed like, does this product have this characteristic or does it not? And we knew we wanted to deliver this information in a clear, concise, usable way to facilitate the faculty's ability to make the best decisions for their learners. And finally, another big topic of concern for many of us was how many of our faculty are aware of the best practices for simulation. For faculty that do sim all the time, they are extremely connected to the International Nursing Association for Clinical Simulation and Learning, or INACSL, that's INACSL, the INACSL Standards of Best Practice. But transitioning from clinical to virtual simulation was a task assigned to all faculty, whether they were familiar with simulation or not. The landmark 2015 National Council of State Boards of Nursing study supports the replacement of clinical with simulation up to 50%, provided that the standards of best practice are followed and faculty are trained. Unfortunately, many nurse educators may lack that knowledge required to assess whether the standards of best practice are infused within the simulations they select to integrate. So we felt a tremendous burden to expose, to educate, and to facilitate the development of nurse faculty simulation knowledge. You will see later on in the demonstration that we chose to include all 11 criteria of the INACSL Standards of Best Practice Simulation Design Standard, and then review each virtual simulation product through the lens of best practice. Many of the criteria cannot be evaluated, but most of them can. And this team believes that this is a unique offering of this particular resource.